Hi there, my name is Jeffrey Teagle, and we're here today with Mr. Jan Allen of Georgia Bigfoot Research Investigations. And we're on Tennessee expedition over close to Land Between the Lakes in northwest Tennessee. And Jan is going to share with us how he kind of briefly got started, and then we're going to move on to a few sightings that he's had. So take it away, Jan.
Well, Jeff, thanks for having me. Just real quick and brief. Actually, the GBRI team started in 1962 by my brother. He passed away in 2000, and I took the team over at that point. We have been doing expeditions all over Georgia. We've done expeditions in Arizona in the Matazelle Wilderness. We're now fortunate enough to be doing these expeditions up in Tennessee with Jeff. So basically that's it. I've been doing it for 44 years, seen 14 of these creatures, so therefore I know that they exist. And it's a passion doing it. It's something that I love getting out and doing. It's not a job. So that's about it.
Yeah, so I know that you guys have had expeditions up in North Georgia and certain parts of Tennessee. We could kind of start with North Georgia and just kind of elaborate on what you saw there.
Well, we started into North Georgia on a sighting that happened in 1986. We met with the person reporting in January of '87 and went to the sighting location up in the mountains. It was a legit sighting. The sheriff's department was called in. Also, the game warden was called in on this particular incident. And since 1987, we've been going in. Well, we went in until 1996. When we came out, we had a family of these things. We had 7 documented. The biggest was leaving tracks that was 21.5 inches long. And we even found tracks as small as 4.5 to 5 inches long. So we knew we had a family pod in there.
Yeah, could have been a baby.
Yeah. And so anyway, over the years, when we came out, things kind of slacked back a little bit. I moved to Arizona. Me and my wife, Brenda, started doing research in Arizona. We moved back here in 2006, and in 2008, I restarted the team up again. Just got old members, got new members. We're about 20 strong on the expedition team right now. But we've been going into northwest Georgia to that same site now 2 times a year since 2008. So we have found evidence that they're still there. We've had visual sightings. We've even had them come out into our camp light, and which is something they never did in the past. So and we talk about this all the time. They are getting more bold. They used to lay back in the brush and would watch from just the outside of your camp lights. Now they're coming in. So
You think that has to do with anything, you guys going up there and them kind of being accustomed to you, maybe your clothing, your aftershave, your vehicles, or
well, sure,
anything like that?
Sure. When we were going up in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s, we feel we built a rapport with these creatures, and they would, when we would go in, Friday nights was quiet. They were always quiet. We'd hit the woods. Saturday night, Sunday night, boom, activity. And I think they do remember. I think the pod that we have there now are the offsprings from when we was in the 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they remember. And I think that's why they're getting closer too. And you've also got to understand too, where we go, they've opened it up. It's a hiking trail. It's a part of the Chattahoochee hiking trail that runs through the Appalachians.
Right.
So they're seeing people on a regular basis. And over time, they get to where they don't have that much of a fear of people anymore.
Right.
But I think that they know us. I think they know that we're not going to harm them.
Right.
So, that's where that is. here in Tennessee. Me and my wife have been up here with you. This is our 4th trip in. We've had, actually on the last 2, we've had telltale signs of them being here. Our first expedition in last year, we actually got photographs of the dog man.
Right.
That I did not even support. You know, whenever I heard people talk about the dog man, I was like, "What are you smoking?"
Yeah.
And them were words I had to eat.
So it seems like Tennessee's got your typical paddy-looking Bigfoot, and it also has,
Sure.
you know, the dog-faced ones like seen up in Wisconsin and Michigan and
True.
stuff.
Well, you know, that's like back in February when we were up here, and I got the photo of what we believe is a young Bigfoot that was going up the hill off of a spring. I didn't even see him when I took the photograph. I didn't find it until after we got home. And you can clearly see him, and he's not a dog-faced one.
Right.
So, you know, he's the typical Bigfoot,
Yeah.
you know,
That we hear
and
about.
you're like us. Whatever we find, we're going to give it to you raw, you know, not messed with.
Unedited.
Yeah, unedited. We're not going to go in and Photoshop things. We get it, and we're going to show it to you.
Right.
You know, and we're going to show you footage. Jeff does this, and I'm thinking about incorporating the same thing. Is you go out and you do a bunch of filming.
Right.
And instead of going home and just tearing it apart and looking, put it out there.
Sure.
Let everybody else take a look at it.
Yep.
And then get back to you on it.
Yeah, people, watchers on YouTube may very well see something that we just missed completely.
Well, you know, and I like the concept of how you're doing it. Also, is that it allows people who are not able to physically get out into the woods that have a definite interest in Sasquatch.
Right. Some people may be disabled, or
That's it.
just simply can't get out. Maybe too elderly. Or,
And I have handicapped people on my team.
mm-hmm.
I've got 3 now.
Yeah.
And you know what? They might not be able to get out and hunt the woods, but they're great camp personnel. They help keep things in check there. They run our radios to keep, in contact with our units that are in the field. So everybody's a part of something.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Right. Well, we'll conclude the interview, and if you could, Jan, just tell everybody how they can get in touch with you through your website.
Yeah, if you want to contact me, the website is gbri.research.com, and my personal email address is bigfoot.research@live.com.